Our mission statement, it's helping coaches so they can help kids. That's why we're here. And so anything we do, everything we touch, we have to look at it and say, does that help our coaches to help kids? If it does, then we do it.
We're really, really excited to be back in San Antonio and looking forward to seeing all of our coaches. We anticipate potentially breaking a new record. We're going to have a great crowd. Looking forward to it.
Hey folks, Mr. Bowtie here. Keep banging home that red subscribe button on your screen so that way you can stay up to date on all the great local sports coverage that TV and radio refuse to cover. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
The first thing that we found out was that our coaches are loyal. We still were able to get 11,000 coaches or more together on a virtual coaching school. So it worked. It didn't work like we'd like to because coaches like together. They like to be together to network.
It tells you about loyalty, and it tells you about how important this association is to coaches. We learned that a lot of things about our staff. We learned about our work ethic and the things that this staff can produce.
Coaches are resilient. You figure that out with how they made it through the season, with how they, you would get ready to play a game, you got canceled, you had to come back and play a couple of weeks, had to play on different days, but coaches did it.
We learned about protocol for COVID, and from a transportation standpoint, from an athletic standpoint, from things inside locker rooms, from the way that we manage teams, the way we manage meetings. We had never heard of Zoom before COVID hit, and so we utilized that and continue to utilize it.
We didn't want to cheat any kid out of being able to play. I mean, can you imagine being your senior year? It did happen the year before where all spring sports basically didn't play for a state championship. Some didn't get to play at all. And so didn't want to see that happen again, and we were willing to do anything possible to let our kids be able to play.
We signed the 3-year agreement to stay in San Antonio for consecutive years is because at the end of coaching school every year in San Antonio, coaches would come to us and say, man, we love this place. Why don't we just do it every year, annually, come back here? And we don't know if coaches will get tired of doing it annually, but we wanted to try and see what an extended stay would look like and feel like. Really glad that we're going to be able to get 2 out of the 3 years in San Antonio. If we're going to call ourselves the Texas High School Coaches Association, we need to represent all coaches that play all UIL sports. The Women in Sports panel discussion, emceed by Dr. Elza, spawned from that thought process, and we have a great panel. We've got a number of great women coaches that will sit and visit with Susan.
We're trying to hit every issue possible, from X's and O's to culture, to what's happening in our society.
We are having the first annual Huddle Up presentation, which includes our IDEA committee. We're going to talk about social and racial injustice and unrest and how that has affected all of us, and how we are partnered with Stephen Mackey, 2-word curriculum, to help us create the 4L curriculum that will be housed on our website.
The tackling certification, to safety and training, to a proper way to tackle to keep your head out of the tackle, to everything possible. We try to make sure that when you leave here, you're hit with anything that can make you a better coach and everything that can make you a better coach.
From an exhibit standpoint, we're going to have a turfed area and a hardwood area or a sports court, and we're going to do demos for volleyball, basketball, football, baseball, strength and conditioning inside the exhibit hall. We've never done something like that. It expands the number of lectures that we have.
12 to 18 lectures per sport. We'll be right at 200 lectures for the convention, which is the most ever. I would look at any other coaching school there is in any other state, and they're nowhere close to that. So it's unmatched, and it's for a very, very reasonable price.